Friend, good morning, good evening. So today topic I'm going to explain about the mapping and the session bottleneck. Right? If you aware, like in last session, I was explain about the target bottleneck and source bottleneck. So in this session, like I'm trying to explain one by one level. After that, I will explain how to optimize this thing, right? So first things, what I'm trying to explain everything so that everyone can aware how to identify. First, you need to catch, then you can remove, right? First, you need to identify where is the problem. Once you identify the problem, then you can start the fixing that problem. Okay, so here and those who are in the background of data warehousing, everyone can learn about these things, and this is the advanced thing, right? In Informatica, so, it's not a very basic thing, it's the advanced part of that Informatica. Everyone can learn in free of cost. There is no any cost for learning, just watching the my video and whatever I was sharing in here, and you can enjoy. If anything, if you ask, right, and you can comment here. There is no any extra cost, right? Just write the comment. If you want anything, you can write. I will try to explain in next session. Okay. So here in mapping bottleneck, what is the mapping bottleneck? How to identify the mapping bottleneck? I will explain. If you determine, right, if you determine where is the identify the mapping bottleneck, right, that you do not have a source or target, right? Suppose you don't have a source or target bottleneck, they can, because everything is step by step. Suppose first was the target, second was the source. Now where we need to check the bottleneck, you need to check the mapping level, right? So first, if you don't have a source or target bottleneck, they can you can start the checking at mapping level, correct? So once you identify, right, how to identify the mapping bottleneck, there is some steps. The steps, what are the steps? Read the thread static. If you remember, I was explaining the how to read the thread statics in last session. When you start session log, in session log there is some option, right? Writer and transformation level. Those are the available information. Suppose ideal PG and time, right? So that thing you need to identify their side. Okay. So here that's what this point was explained here. Create the thread statics and the work time statics, right, in the session log. When the integration service, right, once when the integration service is spent, suppose your integration service sit there, right, spend more time means there is our job or stuck somewhere. Like if you notice our throughput is running, there is no read writer, there is no any record increasing, right, and throughput going by going less, right, decreasing. That time the transformations thread, that writer or reader thread, right? If you have a transformation bottleneck, when the integration service spends more time on one transformation, right? Suppose you have used multiple transformation there, like so suppose if any transformation they are trying to send that data from to next transformation, but somehow that our job was stuck in particular previous transformation and not increasing anything in pipeline, right? If you notice in your pipeline is showing data same, and the throughput is decreasing time by time. So that time you have to identify that is the bottleneck, yeah, mapping bottleneck, right? So next point, how to analyze. Suppose then what will be the root cause to that point? You need to analyze the performance counter, right? So once you identify the performance counter, like how to identify high error row and rows in lookup cache, right, counter indicate a mapping bottleneck, right? Another point is add a filter transformation. Suppose if any record to filter, or suppose many unnecessary record is there, right? So you just add a filter transformation before each target definition. Okay. Set the filter transformation to false so that no data is loaded into the target. Each point is kind of your approaches, right? That approaches you to identify, then so that you can validate is the where is the actual bottleneck happen. Correct. If the time it takes to run the new session is the same as the original session, like pre and post both are same, then you have a mapping bottleneck. Correct. Suppose your pre and post also is same, right? There is no data going to load in target, and all time was spent at your entire transformation level, then that means the your bottleneck happening at mapping level. Correct. So these are the, so how to eliminate bottleneck? There is some process to eliminate the mapping bottleneck, to optimize transformation setting, right? So we need to just calculate where it, what transformation we are used. So instead of that transformation, we are going to some approachable transformation. Okay. So this transformation I will explain in detail where in optimization section how to optimize these type of mapping. Okay, so that you can, yeah, this point I was trying to explain how to catch the problem. Okay, so once you able to catch, because how to catch I was explain, like suppose you have like uh, this is the source, right? Suppose here is let me let me take the pen. Okay, yeah, suppose you have identified some source, let's suppose some source or some target, right? So their side, suppose, let's suppose some source, some target, then you can start thinking, right? Let me try to take one pen. Yeah, suppose here is source, right? This is source, here is target. Okay, so what my intention here is mapping, here source, here is source, here is target. Okay, so in this side there is mapping. Mapping means multiple transformation, like transformation, that's what mapping. And in between, like this transformation, this problem, how to test this? When you start testing, will load data comes from here to there, transformation level. In transformation, I was explained, you need to add one another transformation like filter. Add filter. Okay, once you add filter, then and they set as a false. Okay, set as a false. Okay, so if you set the false, there is no record, means no record here, no record loaded, no record loaded. Okay, no record loaded. Correct. No record loaded means suppose your pre time, suppose, let's suppose pre time was half an hour, pre is 30 time, uh, before load 30 minutes, like how the session is running a good running as a time spending, right? How to test that? Suppose if you add the filter, like you are not going to load the data in target, that time you can identify where is the actual bottleneck, right? Bottleneck means you can identify where is the actual problem, right? So you can identify what is the problem here. Suppose you same time is spent here again, and the post is also your 30 minute, right? So post also at 30 minute, then means the bottleneck at this side. Okay, at mapping level. Mapping means transformation level. So you need to fix this part. This part, how to fix this part? You need to analyze each and every transformation. Then you can start the fixing. Okay, so this is all about the mapping bottleneck, how to catch the mapping. Now I'm going to explain the session bottleneck, right? So how to fix the session bottleneck and how to identify. Okay, so yeah, so session bottleneck, right? If you don't have a source or target bottleneck, right? In suppose you have identified source, you have identified the target, right? At mapping level, and the mapping bottleneck also you have read. Then you have a session. Suppose you have read identify, right? There is no any issue happen identified in mapping bottleneck as well. Then you have a session bottleneck. Small cache size. You need to, how to things you need to get small cache size, lower buffer memory, and a small commit interval can cause a session bottleneck. Suppose you have given the commit interval, like ideally we are providing 10,000, right? Uh, but somehow you have given the 5 or 10 record. After 5 or 10 record, their commit is happen, right? So it will take time, right? When you go commit, then after 5 record loaded, then go commit, then commit. So you have loaded a very minimal record of commit, then it will take the time, right? So that's what here is the small cache size. If you, there is no cache, if you not configure cache means just a temporary memory, right? You have a configure, and so that your don't go always a database side, so that read the data. if you configure the cache properly, it will take the time according to the requirement, right? So that you can eliminate. Okay. So yeah, so these are the things I was explained. Okay. In session bottleneck here, what point I need to remember? Point need to remember, to identify a session bottleneck. How to identify session bottleneck? To analyze. How to analyze? The performance detail. Performance detail. How to display the information like about each transformation, right? Such as the number of inputs row, output row, and the error row. Okay. So this is the all about the session bottleneck. Session bottleneck only happen like two three things, because one thing is kept commit interval, and then they will not configure the your this slide, right? Will not configure the cache. Like if you have taken already small cache, maybe your buffer size is very low. That's what, and the commit interval also very less. These things you need to check and configure accordingly. So once you, after that you need to eliminate the session bottleneck. Session bottleneck I will explain in next session, like how to optimize once everything, how to catch session bottleneck, mapping bottleneck, target bottleneck, right? So those things once get complete, I will explain in detail how to optimize those things. So in optimization section I will explain in detail perfectly. So let me show you the our uh, uh, technical details, so that you guys are understand, right, where is actually things were happen. Let me open uh, Informatica workflow. So yeah, the main intention I can show you some technical parts, so that you are understand where is actually bottleneck happen. Like this is the one mapping. Let me open any mapping like filter transformation. Okay. So filter transformation, yeah. Here is just starting the workflow, and that workflow is writing the session, right? How to load, how what all information is collecting. So here in session log, I was explained, right? Suppose this is the mapping. Which mapping? I was the filter transformations. Yeah, this is the filter transfer. Yeah. Suppose if you want to identify any mapping, here is the source, right? I use the employee mapping, and you need to identify the bottleneck, right? At this level, mapping level. So what is the here is, suppose I was use the by default, this is the filter transfer I use, but somehow you need to use this filter, and here you need to set the false. There is no record. Suppose I was here. Suppose the commission is null, right? Then false, right? So similar kind of true is so that your no data going to load, right? So that there is no data loaded inside your target. Then you can check where is actually our time is spending my session, right? Suppose let I am showing here. I think it's job was completed. You can build it. There is the 14 record at short, but it was filtered because here what are the condition I was commission is null, right? Null then false. So what is the actual record? Is this one loaded? So you can go in session log, and if you read, right, session one by one, in previous where all are the information. Here is the some read road, right, employee. Here is a very small. That's what reader writer information also, but yeah, somehow very small, yeah, it's capture. Yeah, this is the main information, right? I was trying to explain how reader thread, transformation thread, writer thread, right? These are the reader thread means source qualifier. Here is the runtime, ideal time, and the bg percentage, how to calculate, right? So these things suppose are very small record, very less count, right? So that's what here is showing very thing. But what suppose the millions of record, right? In that case, if you notice, yeah, sometimes your pg percentage is very high, right? Then you can start catching your identify. Everyone in interviewer also ask like what is the main point you need to read in session log, right? In that case you need to inform like there is some thread statics. What is the thread static? Thread static having the three type of information like reader thread, right? Reader thread, transformation thread, and a writer thread. Reader thread is having your source qualifier. Okay, if you notice already given here source qualifier. transformation already point, right? The transformation created for the transformation stage, here is written everything of partition sq imp is completed, right? So after that writer thread created for the write stage, the partition sq load data. So the writer thread, if you compare from the mapping already given, right? Here if you notice your target, here is emp load data, right? And here is source already given the sqemp, right? So these are the information, everything is here, right? So this is the thread static. After thread static, where is the actual bottleneck? Bottleneck happen in any, because someone will ask what is the bottleneck. Bottleneck is five stages, right? I was explain source, target, right? Mapping, session, and the system level, right? These things you need to aware, because everything is involved for your performance. Because someone tell like a system is not involved, why? Some system is involved, very because we will use the very less of memory and for server, right? So how to perform the millions count of record you can process, not process, right? That's what everything is involved. Five stages you need to identify, then you can go for your final stage. Okay, so these information is all about of the how to read these things, how to identify. Yeah, so you can just try to, and I can comment also, right? If I have any question, I will try to explain in detail as well. So these all about the your session and mapping bottleneck, how to catch, right? So these information how to. Okay. So in next session, I will explain about the optimization. First, I will explain some system level also, so that you can aware like where is the network failure, like network packet and something. I listen. After that, I will start the optimization topic. Right. It's a very important topic in Informatica advanced level, so that everyone can aware. Right. Then I will start the cloud here, because in my private session already running like for. Uh, who is interested for paid, but yeah, here is I'm totally free of cost teaching, so that everyone can take the advantage to learn the informatica as well as cloud and other technology also. Very soon I will start some python as well. So yeah, be with me. I will teach every all most of the technology by me, by other teacher as well. Yeah, who is interested we can teach, but yeah, here I will explain everything as a free of cost, just because only things are required. Please subscribe so that you can take the alert, right? And start looking. And anyone can interested like in hindi as well, so we'll try some other language, because we have multiple teacher in different location, they can explain. So anyone want like in different language, we'll try to involve and think. But yeah, mostly we'll teach in english only. Okay, thanks for watching my video. Yeah, just keep subscribe and like, yeah, and share with your friends, so that everyone can watch these things. And uh, thank you. Thanks for watching. Thank you, friend.